So what's the difference between being attracted to someone and being loving? Well, there's three basic forms of romantic love. The first one is feeling love or falling in love. And this is all about us, particularly for men who are brain-wired, according to some studies, to more quickly analyze something with their eyes and conclude things on an instinctive basis from what they're actually seeing in a very rapid way that's a little bit consistent with the hunting part of the brain. Love is a feeling that we have for the other. It's a feeling of peace, of joy, of beauty, of pleasure about the other. And it has nothing to do directly with the other person. And this is an important distinction with our feeling of love. We can feel love for someone we've just met. We can feel love for someone we've known for a long time, but our feeling of love does not automatically infer that there is anything coming back or that what we want to put out is welcome. So this is really important. 2, lust. We can feel attracted mentally, emotionally, physically. We can feel lust for someone and or attracted, like I feel good around you. It's not that I love you, I just feel good around you. We can feel attracted physically, emotionally, mentally. And this means absolutely nothing about the other person. What I mean is they may not feel attracted to us. They may not feel love with us. They may not feel rapport. They may not like us. But we can still independently feel love and attraction for them. Love can be a one-way street when it comes to the feeling of love and attraction and or lust. So where's the love that includes the other? This is actually not a state, it's a choice. So our feeling of love may not be a choice. I just, when I look at you, when I think about you, I feel love. And that's just a reflex, an emotion, an experience, a response. When I feel attracted, it's similar. It's a reflex. I may get sexually aroused. I may feel pleasure. I may have my imagination spontaneously fantasize about being together romantically and sexually. And this has nothing to do with the other. It's a reflex. Being loved or being loving, on the other hand, is not a reflex. This is a choice. So what is being loving? Well, the first thing it is it's the first part of this triage of feeling love, feeling attraction, and being loving. It's the first one that includes the other person. And here's what I mean. Feeling lust, feeling attraction, feeling love has nothing to do with the other person. Being loving, by contrast, has everything to do with the other person and our choice to be loving. So what does it mean to be loving? Well, the first thing it means is putting another's well-being ahead of one's own. Now, this is a very important distinction because when we feel in love and in lust, it's very easy to steamroller over the other person's objections, feelings, experience, because we are so enamored with our state, with our feeling of love and or attraction. I love you, I need you, I can't hear no, I don't, I can't take no for an answer, I'll kill myself if you don't have sex with me. This is all our feeling of love, our feeling attachment. And what's really important is it's our feeling kind of on top of the other person's feeling. You may not be that interested. You may be unsure. That doesn't matter. I need you. I love you. I want you. And so I'm going to pursue you. I'm going to get closer to you, even if being closer is not necessarily pleasurable for you. I'm going to push you, even though you may not want to be pushed. I'm going to persuade. I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to pursue my agenda of expressing my love, my lust, with a goal of realizing my desire for connection, for bond. Now, there's nothing wrong with love, attraction, lust. It's great. It's just, it is self-referencing. So it's self-centered, self-referencing, self-centered. Being loving, by contrast, is the opposite. When you make the choice, when we make the choice to be loving to someone, it's the choice to put their experience, their emotions, ahead of our own. So what does that mean? When you make a choice to be loving to someone, it's about understanding them, which begins at a very basic level. May I approach in order to understand you? Oh, it's not a good time. You're uncomfortable. You're overloaded. You're busy. So I won't approach, because your experience is more important than my feeling. I make a choice to be respectful, a choice to see, to look again, and that begins with, do you even want me in your proximity? Do you want me in your proximity, but not at this time? Not at the time I want to be in your proximity, but at some other time. Do you want me in your proximity in a different way? Like, I'd love to sidle up and put my arm around you and whisper nice things in your ear and, just tell you how beautiful you are, because I'm enamored with those thoughts and it would feel so great to express them. And yet, you may want to have a conversation about the fact that your grandmother never really appreciates the gifts, and it's so depressing. You try so hard, and you just gave another gift, and she found something wrong with it, and it's just really hurting. And you may want to talk about that. So being loving, rising outside of ourselves and going into the other person's and doing everything from that vantage point. Do you want me in your space? What way do you want me in your space? How can I support you? And what feels good to you? So being loving puts the other person's needs, preferences, experience first. And it is defined by their experience. To be loving is defined by their experience. Here's what I mean again. So let's even say the person says, yeah, you're great, I want to have a relationship with you. And you love giving appreciations. You just love giving appreciations and it feels so good to you. But for them, they experience every appreciation you give as somehow you're angling for something or they owe you. And so they actually feel more fear and more cautious when you appreciate them. And what they like is more of a teasy type of neg, like, oh, I wish you could do that better. Because then they feel relaxed and they don't feel like they owe anything. So being loving includes learning about the other person's love language and expressing love in a way that they can digest it and experience love, and just as importantly, experience the respect that you care enough about me to learn about love for me and give it to me in the way that I need it, that I want it, that I can receive it. So this is all about being loving. Now, the dance of relationship, it usually begins by falling into attraction, into love, into that romantic love. However, if it stays there, if it stays self-centered, it will deteriorate into disrespect, violation, and abuse. There's no way for love and attraction to be regulated in a way that's nourishing for the other when it is completely self-referencing. When you don't really matter, I love you, I'm attracted to you, and that's all that matters. And so I've got to get what I want. When it matures into the choice to be loving, it blossoms. And you have the chance for love to mature, to grow up, and to form a couple of different ways. It can be, thank you so much for expressing your love for me. And the truth is, I don't want another friend right now. And there's nothing I want to delete to make room for this. So I'm just going to honor, and let's enjoy a look every time we meet in public, and that's it. So it may be that. It may be, let's be friends in this way, but not in this way. And this is what being loving is in a relationship. Now, this is all about the other, meaning I love the other, I'm attracted to the other, I'm choosing to be loving to the other. However, this can also deteriorate into martyrhood, into self-pity, into resentment, into hurt if we don't do the same with ourselves. So I'm really attracted to this person. I really love this person. I have this fantasy. I have this dream of the ways that we could connect. And I'm going to lift that up to be loving. And I'm going to learn what's good for you. How would love ideally express itself in your world right now? By giving you complete space, by coming this close, by connecting in this way. Let me learn about you. Now let me go back to me and learn about what being loving is to me. You don't have to do anything, but I need to know what love looks like to me. Because if being loved to me looks like having my appreciations received and honored, if being loved to me looks like being really close, if being loved to me looks like talking about all these meta conversations that, come into my mind, I just want to share this and that, and this is not loving for you, meaning what is loving to me is not what is loving to you, then out of self-love and out of self-respect, I need to put myself first. It's fundamentals here. It's fine to have attraction. It's fine to have that feeling of love. And it's great to reach out and be loving enough to really learn about the other person. But if we don't turn around and give that same respect to ourselves and honestly assess, you know, I'm so glad that you told me that you like a neg instead of appreciation, that you like kind of a push and shove kind of playing and going out and jogging type of experience rather than a slow spooning. And I'm really glad that you tell me you like to talk about the sports and you like to talk about this, and you don't really want to get into processing too much, because that helps me see how to love you. Because I love appreciations, and I want them to be, I want to feel like the appreciations I craft make someone's day. And I don't like sports. And I like that quiet spooning, and I never want to kind of tease you like that, because I got teased and it just stings when I remember those feelings. And so I don't want to do that to you, but I get and I accept and I understand what you need and what you want. And so I'm going to bow out with honor and with that feeling of love and gratitude for the exchange. I'm going to bow out. And I'm going to find someone who loves soft cuddling and enjoys appreciation so that I can feel loved. And I'm going to give you your space. So this is kind of unraveling this riddle. And I'm going to leave it at that for this video, and explore some of the other things on another one.